I'm Ryan Herrera, CHGO Cubs Podcast. I'm here with Justin Steele, Cubs ace. Justin, how are we doing today?
Doing good. A little bit sore from the game yesterday, but that's as expected. I'm just gonna, get my recovery stuff, my treatment in today, and then watch a ball game.
And that's a good question. Is how are you feeling at this point? I know you've told us that you want to get at least 180 innings. That you're well on your way to doing that. How are you feeling at this point in the season, mid-August? First, I guess, full season as a starter right now. Yeah, how are you feeling?
Feeling good. Put the work in the off season to prepare my body to be ready for situations like this. Career highs for me in innings pitched and stuff, and I feel like in the minor leagues, there would have been other years that I would have probably got over 100 innings at times, but I think right at my 100th inning when I had Tommy John's when I ended up blowing out. So I think that year I would have probably had 120 innings or so, but and then the COVID year, just some things happened, but it's nice to be doing it now, and I feel good. I'm really happy with where I'm at in the season.
How have you built yourself up? You mentioned in the off season, but trying to build up your body to be able to withstand 180 innings a full season. How have you tried to build yourself up, and how have you tried to just kind of maintain that throughout the season?
Yeah, we were me and Keegan, the strength coach. He was in Arizona with me as well. We were just super aware of kind of what happened last year, just kind of running out of gas. You start doing things that your body's not used to, and my back ends up tightening up, and luckily we saw it right away, and I didn't try to pitch on it and make things end up injuring something else or something. But I ended up throwing bullpens at the end of the season last year and was ready to go, but the season was ending and stuff. But we were just aware of kind of what happened with that season, and then we went into this off season, and I was just doing the proper things in the weight room, the training room, just preparing my body, just knowing this point of the season was going to come again, just wanted to make sure my body was ready.
Something else that's obviously changed your life over the last year, having a child. Mm-hmm. How is dad life going? How's Bo?
He's doing awesome. He's growing like a weed, getting big, eating everything, yelling at me. It's awesome. Being a dad's the most amazing thing ever.
Has that affected your baseball life, being a dad? Like how has that dynamic kind of shifted in the way that you are able to do what you do?
It's changed things in a lot of ways. It definitely makes me more focused while I'm here. It makes me want to be better for him, because I'm not just playing for myself now, and then there's other things you think about, like when he gets older and he does research on what his dad did. I want him to be proud of the career I had, the person I was, the teammate I was. So you think about all them things, and whereas before, you got to have a child, I would say, to really can start thinking about them kind of things.
Has he started grabbing baseballs left-handed? Is he throwing the
he uses both his hands a lot. He'll use his left hand to eat, he'll use his right hand to eat. So I don't know honestly, I couldn't tell you right now.
So I know that the team and everything that's happening is obviously very important. But for you, are you able to personally just kind of enjoy and appreciate what you've been able to do this year?
Yeah. For me, it's awesome because I put a ton of work, in the off season, not just this past off season, but over my career of 7 years in the minors. It wasn't a straight line for me to get to the big leagues. Those bumps in the road for sure, and I just worked extremely hard. And for me to have this kind of year, that's I'm just proud of myself, and and it's awesome to have the team in the situation that it's in. We're competing, we're pushing for the playoffs and stuff, and it's just awesome showing up to the ballpark every day, trying to win the ball game, and everybody's pulling on the same rope, and we just got a great clubhouse right now.
How does the playoff push feel for you? I know 21 and 22, obviously, at this point in the season, it feels a little different, kind of just out of the race. This year, you guys are pushing for the playoffs. How has that felt for you? How has that kind of changed, if it has, just kind of how you approach things? What has that whole dynamic been like for you?
Yeah, I feel like you just show up to the yard with a little more focus. Like I said, we're showing up, we're trying to win the ball game that day, and keep pushing forward for the playoffs, and you just show up with a different energy every day, I would say. And then along with the fans, especially here at Wrigley, they're all aware of what's going on too, so they're super into it, and it's just awesome to see. It's awesome to be a part of it as well.
the fans obviously will show up to Wrigley regardless of where you guys are at in the standings, but how have they been specifically during this playoff push?
They've been amazing. I just, there's honestly not enough words to describe the fans here at Wrigley and all the love and support they give us. You know, when I'm walking out to the bullpen to warm up before the game, the left field bleachers always going nuts, and it's just awesome. There's no place like it.
For you, like, again, now you're kind of at a good level for yourself, and you're facing the best hitters in baseball, and you're getting them out. Has that gotten old for you, or have you gotten like kind of over the moment of like, I'm facing the best hitters in baseball and I'm getting them out?
I mean, yeah, I'm well aware of like who I'm facing and all that stuff, but like in my mind, I'm like, doesn't matter who I'm facing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on the mound right now. I gotta help the team win, and I just try to get them out. And yeah.
How's keeping just the mindset that you guys have? I know Dansby talks about it all the time. Everyone in that clubhouse talks about the mindset and taking things one game at a time. Is that difficult, just to actually take things one game at a time when you know where you're at in the standings, you know where you're at in the season? Like, how is that difficult at all, just to kind of keep that one game at a time mindset?
I think it just depends who you are. For me, it's not, because I go back to when I was rehabbing Tommy John, and that was such. I remember when it happened. I was kind of devastated. It was the end of the season. I was getting ready to go home. I blew out, and then I realized like I'm going to be in Arizona pretty much the whole year now, so not really having an off season. But I remember just every day through that process, I was like, just take it one day at a time. One day at a time. Go to the field, get better that day, do whatever you can, get better that day, and you know, one day at a time. 9 months later, or I'd say 8.5 months later, I was back throwing, like facing hitters and stuff again, and you know, and I would say ever since then, I've just been really good at taking things like one day at a time.
I remember what your first All-Star game, obviously this year, but you mentioned just kind of talking to different people, kind of just trying to take things from different people. How has that aided you this season? How has like talking to some of the best pitchers in baseball, talking to veterans, how has that kind of aided you as you are going through this season right now?
That kind of stuff always helps. You know, not even from the All-Star game. I mean, we got guys like J-Mo, Hendricks, Stroh,
John Lester.
Yeah, people like Lester that are always helping. And yeah, you go to the All-Star game, you're around people like Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah.
You know, just some absolute studs, the best in the game. And you know, for me, I was honestly just watching most of it. Like, I was learning just by watching, seeing what their routines were, how they go about their day. A lot, like some of the guys, it was cool to see like how comfortable some of the guys were. That was like their 6th All-Star, 7th All-Star. It was like cool to see like how used to it they were. But yeah, it was just a really cool experience.
Have you taken anything from them as far as routines and any of that stuff? Did you pick on that and start to change what you do pregame, or is that all kind of like you've already kind of figured it out?
I really just like how focused Kershaw is with his work, even like a day that he's not really pitching or if he's just playing catch. It's really cool to just watch how focused he is, and you know, watching him do that, it made me want to like be more focused.
So we got about 5-6 weeks left in the season. Again, Cubs are in the playoff push right now. What is your mindset going forward? What are you? I know you got to be mindful of like first full season again as well, but just kind of mindset and what you're kind of just doing on a daily basis to help the team get through the rest of this playoff push.
You're asking what am I doing?
Yeah, just kind of like what's the mindset like? How does it change, or does it change as far as getting to the playoff?
For me, it's not really changing. Like we were just saying, I'm just taking it a day at a time. You know, showing up each and every day to the yard. Whatever I got to do that day to help the team win, I'm gonna do it. So like I pitched yesterday, today I'm just gonna make sure I do the proper things to put my body in a good position to start recovering, and then throw bullpen midweek, and then day 5 rolls around and I get back on the mound.
Seeing Javier Assad and what he's joined the rotation, he's had a few good starts here now. What has that been like for you to watch?
It's awesome. I've always known Assad's kind of had this in him. I forget when we signed him, but when we did sign him, and like he came to AZ and I first met him, started watching him throw, I could just tell he was a great pitcher. Like, there's so much pitchability in that arm, and that guy, like, his mental, like, he's just a great person as well. It's awesome to see him, you know, have this kind of success, and I'm extremely happy for him, but definitely saw it coming, honestly.
Is that just kind of what this, again, mindset for this team has been like? It's like when someone needs to step up, people have been stepping up. Is that just kind of, the mindset of this team? Is like, if I got to do business, I got to do business. Like, whatever happens, next man up.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it is. Like, we just got to win ball games, and regardless of who it is, if you're out there, you're in the spot, whether you're on the mound or at the plate, you're in that position. You got to do what you can do to try and win the ball game. And I feel like everybody's kind of pulling on that same rope.
What do you, besides just playoff push, obviously this last few weeks, what are you looking for? What are you hoping to see out of this team yourself as well? But just kind of what are you hoping to see these last few weeks?
I mean, I just hope we continue to win ball games. It's been a lot of fun. The clubhouse we have right now, there's a lot of camaraderie going on in there. Everybody's having fun, showing up every day, excited to be here, and that's just really cool to be a part of. And that's, I'd say that.
Justin, appreciate your time. For CHGO Podcast, I'm Ryan Herrera. Obviously, that's Justin Steele. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you later.